Alright, I finally got my webcam working, which is important tonight, because I got cool things to show y'all. Alright, let's find a game to play. What game should we play tonight? How about some Emperor of the Fading Suns? There we go. Let's see. How do we turn down a little bit of that volume here? Let's see. Let's see if this sounds better. Alright, thanks for joining me. All of you already out there, please go ahead and type your questions in chat. Wow, that might be too quiet. I guess you can still hear the music. If it's too quiet, let me know, because I do like the music. It's been fun to listen to again. Y'all let me know. I was having trouble getting my webcam going, which I know all of you prefer to not have to see my face, but I got cool things to show you tonight. So we're going to go into some of those as we move forward through the evening. Alright, it's been a while since we played this game. I appreciate everyone joining me tonight. I'd love to talk about modding tonight. I'm going to get the game loaded up again. We are playing what is termed the vanilla version of EFS. I hadn't heard that term in a long time before folks start talking about it again. Yes, the out of the box. Not that you can get EFS in a box anymore. You can get it on GOG. Wait, I've got the box somewhere. Where's my Emperor of the Fading Suns box? How come that's not right within my reach? Super hype for modding, says Vino. Good having you, Zeno. Hope we'll have a bunch of the other modders here tonight. Give me 1 second. I want to go get my Emperor of the Fading Suns box. Be right back. Yep, can't do without the EFS box. Been a long time since you saw these on the store shelves, but I wish it was there now. There was always a pleasure going to stores and seeing these fun things on the shelves. You know, at your neighborhood electronics boutique, software, etc. Those stores that are still on every street corner. We wish. Yeah. That's right, there were goodies in here. I forgot we had all kinds of cool stuff. That nice book. A SegaSoft catalog. Order more SegaSoft games today. Keep them in business. They can pay us the royalties that we were due on the game. Nice art in the book. I wish I'd done more work on this manual. Ed Pike did a good job with it. It could have used a little more details, but my own fault for not having done more on it. Ed was doing some good work. Oh. My backup, illegal backup. How many of you still have your backups to the game? I put illegal backup in my own game. There we go. There's what you really want to see, the old Jewel King. All right, but that's not really what we're going to be showing off tonight. I got some other game stuff to show up this evening. So get ready for more. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, no, I never registered my game. Think I should still go back and do that? All right. So, where we left off, I have not looked at the recordings of this since I uploaded them. I really should have, so I could see exactly what I was doing in this game. Oh wow, I gotta remember which save game it was. I think it was A. So we will try A as the game. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. Those rebels were bombarding me from space. So, I talked before about if that was a mistake or not. No, we had done that on purpose. So, as you might remember, when last we met our poor Usara battling against rebels, they were activated in old ruins in which there were all these spaceships. Now, why would there be spaceships in a ruin? Well, the idea was that it encouraged players to move fast and even overextend. If I had attacked then, I could have captured these spaceships. They'd now be my fleet instead of destroying my poor little artillery unit. What did that artillery unit ever do to you? Awkward rejecting my terms for Empire. I think I mentioned this before. I wish we'd put in something there that would notify you of what you had offered the other side in those things. And you came back to a game after a while, because I'm pretty sure I'd asked them for votes or for the Imperial Fleet assignment or some such. Hey, Jason! I remember the original CD-ROM would play the soundtrack. If you load in a CD player, that was indeed the plan. We loved the music. We wanted you to enjoy it no matter how you got it. So yes, we had a standard music player there for you. Very interesting how we handled some of the compression for these games. There's a company still around, Miles, Rad. I think they've been bought now by somebody else. They would give you these great compression technology, and you could use it with a variety of different players. And that's what we use for... the video in this game was their old tool, Smacker. Love that name for a game tool, Smacker, to do video compression. And yes, I'll be looking to my left of Study Your Chat, having trouble getting it up on my main screens while I'm playing the game in full screen. Your rivals are deliberately withholding that information about rejected terms just to taunt you. Those Hawkwoods, I knew they were no good. Oh, evil Hawkwoods. All right. So, we will give the modders some more time to join us. Good to see all of you here already. What we got going on in Twitch? Hey, why am I not seeing my Twitch chat? Twitch chat! I'm sorry, I'm getting quiet. I'm away from my mic. There we go. All right, let's get back to this. Now, yeah, as we get more of the modders in this, it's the discussion I wanted to have tonight. I always love talking about strategy game design, always a favorite topic, and I am looking forward to talking more about Fading Suns as well. But the mod community. I love modding games, even before I was in the industry. Actually, I did a lot more of it before I was in the industry, unless you consider what we do to our own games modding, which is kind of true. Take your old engines, modify them in a new way, release them as a new game. But game modding is always so much fun. You've got this big block from somebody else, and then you can tweak just the parts you wanted or do something really big and elaborate to change it over. And I frankly think that our EFS modders were a wonderful mix of creative and technically proficient people, which, to be honest, can be tricky to find. And I think they did a great job with both, because I hate to admit it, the EFS modding tools are not the world's easiest, though once you've gotten your hands on them, you can do some great things. If any of the modders are in there and want to comment on the usability of the tools you have, that would be great. It does help to have a good knowledge of programming moving on into it. But then there's a great deal of creativity that went along with it. We created the version of Fading Suns that most resonated with us, but we love Nova, Hyperion, everything else that other modders have put out there, which take it in a whole new direction, improve some of the things we did, and mainly do a lot of things differently. And that variety is just such a pleasure to see in action. I played a lot of Nova and Hyperion back in the day. I didn't play as much of the other mods, and frankly, I need to get the mods back on my computer so I can get back to playing with them. But let's do a few rounds of Emperor the Fading Sun so I can remember what I was doing in this game other than being destroyed by rebels. Hey, Zeno. Lore-wise, it would fit to put more structures and factories and such on Byzantium Secundus. Essentially, how much infrastructure is on Biz 2 compared to other centers. No, that's right. If you read the Byzantium Secundus book, let me go get that. Another great LeBlanc cover. Let's get it in. There we go. There's so much going on Byzantium Secundus. Now, it's not exactly the center of manufacturing and production. A Liegheim or something like that would be. But there's plenty of it there, and you can get a good look at it reading through here. Various groups represented. Let me find the map really quickly. We just have the map for our own use. I thought we included the map. No, there it is. Back. The map is actually from the Emperor of the Fading Suns game. I don't know if you can tell, but that's essentially a redone printout from the PCX file from Emperor of the Fading Suns. So yes, plenty of production on Byzantium Secundus, but it's not a center of production. It's definitely not a center of innovation by any means. Despite having the regents there and the like, it does not have that tradition of innovation and so forth. Now, is it legit to put factories on here? Yes. But one thing we did in the Byzantium Secundus book when we released it was we actually turned the planet over to a minor house which controlled this. It wasn't the Al-Malik, the Hazat, Dakados, whatever. The idea was it was a neutral planet, and if you remember, if you play this game, you can't attack here until someone declares themselves regent. You can't actually fight on Byzantium Secundus, or even in space on Byzantium Secundus, until someone declares themselves regent. And that the idea was we didn't want you grabbing factories and the like here, because that could make it way too easy to win the game if you wiped them out and then they couldn't vote. You're the only one who could possibly vote. You would need to take anyone else's vote scepters or make deals. So we left the factories and the like off. Realistically, there would be plenty here, but you shouldn't be able to take them. So, yeah. So anyway, and the idea is that you're not making war here because it's not a combatant involved in it. It belongs to Southampton. All right, Dino. Talking about the mods. Usability varies from very easy, DAT editing, to very unintuitive, hex editing. Gee, thanks. Yeah, you're right. I appreciate you saying that that there's some very easy parts in the DAT editing. For the uninitiated, once you get some basic knowledge down, it's actually tremendously easy. I'm very glad to hear you say that, Zeno. Let's encourage some other folks to mod this game. And if any of you on the chat are interested in modding, some of the modders here can point you in some good directions, because the resources are out there. All right, let's take a walk around with my Power Legion, exploring Byzantium Secundus. Why? So I can sell the information to the Vow. I mean, use it for the good of humanity after I sell it to the Vow. I have no idea where I was taking this spaceship. Let's see. Let's see if I just click continue journey if it goes anywhere. Nope. Have I been to Kish yet? Yes, I've been to Kish. Let's not go back to Kish. Hey, I tell you what, we're going to come back to our spaceship. Let's just get a feel for the game again. Wow, I took everyone to Alon. Did I drop off troops? Oh, yeah, look at all those troops around Alon. That's right, because right now doing anything in my home system is a mess due to rebels! I completely messed up on. I've got to get some starports going. Hey, got to capture that starport is what I need to do. Lots of enemies there. Uh-oh, can't go bombarding this. Do I even have a... No, I don't have a good ship for doing anything interesting anymore. That's what I was doing. I was bringing that little ship back to Alon, so at least I'd have my two frigates together if they need to fight. Oh, that's painful to look at that rebel fleet. All right, let's look over here. Get some troops over here to take that factory. And I can't just pick them up and drop them down because there's this gun here that's going to start shooting at my, at any spacecraft I fly down. It's only one gun, but I bet you there's more guns over here. So let's just do some mass assault. That is not the All-Elite style. Zeno says that several values in the DAT files appear to not do anything. Nova and Hyperion confirms this. Do you know whether value in starbuild.dat plus range in unit dat does anything? We took out range. Essentially everything is hex to hex. We planned on doing some things where you could attack folks from a further distance away. So I'm pretty sure that's what range was. Again, I'd have to look at it. There's a chance it's the range of how far you can travel as like an aircraft could travel before it has to refuel. But I don't think that's the case. I think that was actually going to be a weapon range. And we ended up not doing it. Everything was hex to hex. Value in star build. Nope, I'd have to look at that one. I would have to look at that and see what we had in mind. All right. This is going to take a minute to get these troops over till they can assault that factory. Should I get the starport first so I can at least use my landers to bring ferry troops over here more quickly? Let's see. 3 artillery, 2 anti-tank guns, a whole bunch of cheap infantry. Nah, let's get that factory first so we can start building some equipment there. All right, this is going to take a few turns. Oh, the slog begins. A long slog. I hope this is what I intended to do before. It's been a while. Hey, Clay Spicer, you like modding? What games have you modded, Clay? Okay, ships are moving, troops are moving. Artillery! Alright, I'm actually going to move these infantry back and forth to just scout out some more. See what this... Ooh, there's the shield. Yep, there's another gun in there. We don't want to land any troops there right now. So We'll have to take this complex, and then we'll have a starport, and we can start trying to take back our planet from the rebels. That is so annoying. And Xeno, if you've modded other games, I'd love to hear your thoughts on modding EFS compared to those other games. Oh, wow. I'm just going to be leaving my fleet right here, not doing anything. Crazy. Take the Alon power centers, then we'll move on to the Criticorum. What's up here? Forget. Ooh, Lemminkainen. Both are tasty world. We only really need one big second planet, maybe a third, in order to have the resources to go start kicking around the enemy, or the other houses. Alright, let's just leave those folks in orbit. Leave him in orbit. What was I doing over here? I think I've taken pretty much everything on my home planet by now. Yep. Just got to go find more of the ruins to see. Oh, that's right. I got trackers now. Ooh, I love trackers. Handy, handy. Wow, I got no idea what I was building up here now. Woo. Always tricky to remember. I might have to cycle through all my troops on this planet just to remember what I've had and what I was doing. Alright, little militia. Where was I taking all of you guys? Oh, I need to get you guys. Oh, I can't take you to go under the shield. I really need my troops in the shield so that annoying ship in space doesn't destroy them all. Cruiser, I think? Yeah, cruiser. Alright, let's get everyone onto the farm. Maybe that's where I was taking them. And we'll just hang out here and hope for the best. Or was I spreading them out so they would be harder to hit? Now I don't remember. I don't have any movement plans in here. Well, they'll be safer within a city in any case, so let's move them into a city. Get some defense in the city. As well as healing in later turns. Xeno says that as far as the modding for EFS goes, Nova and Hyperion documentation back in the day is at the very core of knowledge, however. EFS is quite easy format as long as the tools at hand. Most of the modding is limited by the executable, but I found countless hacks that allow functionality not intended. That was intended. Some of the functionality that you found to change. The idea was to make it a very powerful tool for modding. Did we consciously think of everything you could do with it? Absolutely not, or we probably would have tried to put it in the game because we were pretty ambitious with this game. But yeah, we definitely wanted you changing a lot of things. And I mean, you know, we had grand plans for the game. There's a lot of stuff we'd hoped to do with it that didn't quite happen in the final shipped version. Because we had to get it out a little faster than we'd wanted to. But, yeah, we did hope that modders could do a lot more with this than we could. Alright, let's sentry this unit at the farm. Let's sentry the metal. Sentry the food. Surely there is a ruin somewhere around here. Keep that militia looking. Oh yeah, it's putting these troops into the fort. I don't know why. Most of them will survive if I get attacked. I don't have a tracker. This is all militia. Don't I have any trackers? Why not? Oh, there's a tracker ready to go. Alright, so I guess not everybody was a tracker out here. A lot of militia still moving around trying to send back information. Alright, over here somewhere I was apparently going to build a mine. Was I going to build it high or was I going to build it low? Let's see. If I built it here, it would reach out to all of these mountains. If I built it down here, it would be mostly hills. I'm probably better off building it high rather than low. Well, one way to find out. Move here. Orders, build city, mine. 41 metal, that's pretty good, I'll take it. Now, honestly, I can move him around here a bit. No, I can't. He's only got 3 movement. Never mind. I was going to bounce him back and forth and see. But that's a good place for a mine. So, go ahead and build a mine. Build city. It's my mine. Yes, we'll produce a mine. And let's also build a militia in there while we've got the chance. So we can do some scouting. Build a militia legion. Hey, Randy Price. Good to see you in here. Randy Price does a convention called Ice and Dice in Cincinnati. Randy, feel free to tell people about Ice and Dice. I'm hoping to be there in January. Yeah, definitely talk up the con. Remember that we are on both YouTube and Twitch, so talk to both groups. All right, now we've got our tracker. Should I take the tracker north, or should I take the tracker over to the west to look for our ruins? All right, well, let's go to the west and see if we can find a ruin. There must be something out here. Probably exactly where I'm not going. Aha, what was I going to build over here? Let's cycle past the engineer once. I got no idea what I was going to build here. No, I got 2 engineers. Well, let's see. I probably need chemicals at this stage. I've got lots of oil and lots of trace. I don't think I can build ceram steel yet. Got a bunch of gems. That's good to know. Is there a food place around here? Oh, yeah. Food down to the south. You want to grab some of this food right here. So probably build the farm right there. That looks like a good plan. Let's do that. Can't reach it this turn, I don't think. 1, 2. Please build the road. Yeah, we can't go any farther, so that's good for that turn. You know what I should have done? I should have moved the other one up and built roads, and I could have built that farm this turn. Maybe I still can. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I can. I got no idea what I'm going to do with this artillery, because I don't want to leave the safety of my shield and get it blown up. Let's cycle on through. Move into the palace where you'll be safe. Yay. More militia. Nothing there. Nothing there. Moving all of these into protection. Nothing up here. Randy says, Ice and Dice is an indie gaming convention held every January in Cincinnati, Ohio. We focus on tabletop RPGs, board games, and video game demos. In fact, I've been trying to get him working with the IGDA chapter in Cincinnati. Let's hope they follow back up. Because frankly, I think all communities do well with having a video game conference to talk about design, development, modding, all those sorts of things. I've organized the Siege convention here. Let's see if Siege is on here. Down below. Anyway, as part of the Georgia Game Developers Association, we do Siege, which is a pretty large game dev conference. And we've been going on since 2007 now. Last year's keynote speaker was Will Wright, who did a little game called SimCity and The Sims, and my favorite, Raid on Bungling Bay. Kind of a classic example of modding, though, because Will always likes to talk about how in making Raid on Bungling Bay, it was a fun game. I played a lot of it on the old Commodore 64. But he had more fun using the map-making tools than he did playing his own game. And that's what led to SimCity. So, hey, you modders, that's essentially how SimCity came into existence. All right, let's keep moving these militia around, see what we can find of value. Woohoo! Gems. Was I going to build right on the gems? I think I was. No, because I did build a road, though. Okay, let's see what happens if I build a mine here. 24 metals, 7 trace, 5 gems. Where was I going to build that? Up here, maybe? The north? Build over to the right? Oh, I really don't know, but this is one where we can explore a little bit. I think if we build where this person is, we might actually have the best. So let's see what happens. So we saw with this 24 metal there. Let's go here. Do some scouting on building that city. Still 24 metal, 7 trace, 5 gems. All right, let's build a road. Go one more. Let's see what we get here. Orders. Build city. 27, I'd like it 3 more metal. And I went down 2 trays. I need the metal. 2 metal difference. Oi. All right, let's go ahead and build it. I want to keep traveling. No, don't build a factory. How are you saying factory? Build a mine. How did I not click on that? Okay, build that mine. Hey, I found fertile areas over there. That's a handy thing to know about. All right. Let's keep looking around before we bring this militia back to fortify that location. The theme for not this year's convention, Randy, 2022. For the next year's convention is the World of Darkness reunion, bringing awesome folks like Andrew together to build bridges and a bunch of other Atlanta residents. Yep, it's going to be a bunch of the old lunatics from the White Wolf days. I was telling, I was talking to another game company. They were thinking of, they were joking that the money that they were using for projects was going to come out of their corporate bouncy house fund. I had to tell them back in the White Wolf days, we did indeed rent bouncy houses for parties. That was interesting stuff. I don't think we'll tell those stories at Ice and Dice unless Randy really gets us drunk. All right, there's my little old frigate. Can't go up to Istakar or I'll get hurting. Gotta get over to Alon. Can't go that way, little frigate. So let's go back through Cadavis. All right. 1, 2, 3. I could get straight to there this turn, so let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Go ahead and build that farm. Order. Build city. Wish I could do an arbor. Oh, 71 food. That's pretty nice. I'll take that. All right. Yeah. Next January, Ice and Ice. Randy, go ahead and feel free to share a link. You shouldn't have any problem sharing a link. I think I'm going to leave this artillery in the factory, but I won't sentry him, so I remember he's there if I ever manage to get him off the planet again. No, let's not end the turn yet, because I have no idea what I've got building at any of these planets. So let's take a look. We got that little infantry unit. I guess I need to start saving up resources so I can build a spaceship. I need to get some ceram steel going so I can get rid of the blockade on my home planet. Actually, what I need to do is get the Imperial fleet so I can bring it here and blow that rebel out of the water of space. Lots of water in space. I mean, theoretically, there is. That's where got to be water up there. Came down on our planet from space. All right, let's see here. Go back to that diplomacy. So the Hawkwood rejected me on something. I tell you what, before we do any diplomacy, let's look at old Byzantium Secundus. Nope, wrong button. I knew that. Go to house. So we are at peace with the Ducados. So I probably should be getting some Ducados votes. Interesting. Hey, making a nice profit this next turn. All right, let's take a look. Diplomacy. Hey, Hiram. Oh, I do have a offer already going. That's right. I put in my orders, my offers already. So, yep, got a bunch of offers going in. Looking for an alliance with the Hawkwood. Looking for Hiram, if he's elected, to make me the fleet commander so I can clear this blockade. Well, then maybe I do want to build another engineer. What do you all think? All right, let's go ahead and build an engineer somewhere. What am I building on Alon? Farm is building nothing right now because it does take a while to get there. I should probably still be building a farm. Maybe I should build an engineer there so I can get the road going. That's a good idea. Let's build the engineer here. Do I have enough troops to take this factory? Yeah, I'm going to lose some tanks though. I'm going to go into immediate rebuilding after I do it, because I got to have a lot of troops to take that starport. All right, farm. Go ahead and build an engineer. Nothing else. I can get to go there quickly with that. Well, I could at least bring him to here. Oh, well. We'll see what happens. We'll get them all moving. All right. Ending turn. Okay, I did promise y'all Some fun stuff. Well, let's see if anybody accepted my diplomacy first. Mine finished building Militia Legion. Don't need to build anything else there. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Tracker Legion on Istikar. Let's get another Tracker Legion going. Those guys are awesome. Lab finished building an engineer. Let's don't build anything now. We'll take a look at the end of the turn if we want to build another engineer. Oh boy, he is messing up the troops in that farm. Shh, look at that little glimmer of red. 1 hit point left on that anti-tank gun. It's still, oh no, it's dead. I would think it'd be alive with almost nothing left. Oh boy, I'm going to lose some units. I should probably just go ahead and disband all of them. Regent elections happen next turn. Ducados rejected my terms. Hawkwood accepted my terms. I got peace with all Malik and Ducados. I mean, with Hawkwood and Ducados. I am being an all Malik. Alright, not giving Lee Halan all my votes. Not giving the Thought. Not giving Ducados all my votes. I'll give somebody all my votes, but they gotta make me fleet commander. Alright, let's get you back over. Hate not being able to use my ship. Painful. Not gonna risk him back over there though. He's gonna sit pretty. I think when I get that other frigate up here, I might try and run the blockade over here and at least pick up some more troops. We'll see. Alright, keep scouting around. Everybody heading over to the factory. That's gonna take forever. That blockade is hurting me. Getting my armor in position, but I need other units besides armor. Oops, I told you I was going to show you something, didn't I? All right, look at this lovely box. From USPS, there we go. And look what's inside this beautiful box. Yes, it's Fading Suns books. Check them out. I'm very happy. The Kickstarter, people that backed the Kickstarter already got their books, and now I got mine. Check them out. So the idea now is about another 20 years have passed since the first game ended. The first edition of Fading Suns was set. The first edition of Fading Suns is set to begin as soon as the Emperor of the Fading Suns game ends. So we got a whole bunch of nice books here. Let's take a look at some of them. We expect you to read the Universe book first. You want to get information on everything, and there's that prophet on the cover. So take a look at the Universe book. Lots of good info for anyone involved in Emperor of the Fading Suns. Frankly, we still draw a lot of information from these old books. Y'all remember reading these? Good stuff. In any work dealing with the black science of technology, how can the scrupulous author not but begin with its chiefest purveyor? There are those who say the race known as the Vow is directly responsible for the darkening of the suns, and despite myself, I cannot help but wonder at this rumor. Hey, wait till the War in the Heavens books come out. For there can be no denying that where walks the Vow, the imminent faith of humanity ebbs. How the doubters cry, can we bear to face such as these? How can we be aught but brick slugs before them, shivering and shriveling in the cold yet blazing light of their supremacy? Yea, the Vow do not merely rack our bodies with their demon signs. Their very presence is an affront to our souls, our wills, and our destiny. I shrink not from the Vow, from their distended, wrinkled frames and fish fruit pates. Fish fruit pates. From their lacquered clothes and lacquered countenances, from their burning lances and chilling stares. They are not the Pancreator to humble his chosen willy-nilly. They, like all creatures, have their functions and ordained role. And I aver that the Vow are placed in our cosmic sphere by the Pancreator as a challenge and a riddle to be overcome. Just as the antiquated earth tale of the Sphinx's riddle features the unsurpassable conundrum, which is in fact a mere statement of identity, so the Vow are the inscrutable chimeras placed before us to delude us, to plague us with self-doubt, in short, to test our resolve. These are so much fun to read. Good teamwork on these. Getting a little 4K vibe. A lot of the same influences to both of those games, I will have to admit. We did do a 40K game called Final Liberation, which you can also get on GOG, Good Old Games. We don't exactly have the giant mechs of 40k. But they were fun to draw and to turn into that game. Few heretics are more dangerous than those apostates who would have us toady to and worship the vow, would cast our species manifesto as cordwood upon an alien pyre. The vow are older than us, they shrill. The vow are the chosen, they hoot. Gaze upon their technology, upon how they brush us aside like children. We must approach them humbly, as errant pupils to the teacher, so that we might learn from them, emulate them, and become old and wise as they have become old and wise. Old and wise, we become another Ganesh, merely gardeners to prune the vow's kukura trees and keep their paths free of debris. Man, this stuff is good. Yes, Randy Price says that Andrew and Bill are running a few tabletop instances of Fading Suns at the convention. Get books autographed. Come on out, play some Fading Suns. Hey, if you bring EFS on a laptop, we can do a hot seat game. See how far we can get during a convention. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll bring, it does work on my laptop. Maybe I have to bring that up. Getting to know, it's not that I'm any observation about 40k Bob is an insult. No, it's a great game. We love it. I think Fading Suns is a great peanut butter cup of a setting. They combine some of the best films, 40k, Dune, and Star Wars. Lots of that in there. Bill Bridges always points more to Lensman, which was something he really loved. If you ever read the Lensman series, it really is the precursor of a lot of stuff, including energy shields, psychic powers, all that kind of thing. So if you haven't read Lensman, check out some of the E. Doc Smith stuff. I tended to focus more on Foundation. I mean, I love Asimov. I hate to admit his writings do not age that well, but the Foundation series definitely set how I looked at the course of history in space. And it was just a fun thing to talk about the monumental events that could happen over the passage of time in the distant future. Oh yeah, Lensman, where you can't have an adventure without blowing up a planet. Yep, you've read some Lensman. All right, let's get back to the game, shall we? Wow, I'm going to have to bring a lot of troops here to get that factory. Yeah, I'm going to have to run that blockade and get troops down here at some point. All right, this is going to take a bit. I guess once I have all of these, I'll have 11 units here to fight the AI's 10. I should be able to take that factory and then rebuild my force. All right, let's see here. What was I doing? Okay, all these troops have come together. Leave them right there. I do have the tracker wandering around, so I'm not going to worry about scouting with that infantry troop. So I'll leave in Sentry the metal. And put this militia unit back in the farm. I guess I'll go look at that space and put it back in the farm. Like I said, the tractor's coming. All right, I'm going to disband these two units. I hate to do it. Those two artillery would do me great good on Alon, but I don't think they'll survive long enough. So, disband. Hate to do it. Sentry that metal there. At least they won't die. All right, move those trackers. Look at that area revealing itself. All right, where do you think? Should he go south? Should they go south, west, or north to find a found a ruin? I'm kind of guessing south. So I tell you what, we'll go to the mountain first, because that way we can go either south or west. And you vote in chat if I should go south or west. I've got enough other troops, I think. No, I don't on the north side. Oh well, we'll see. All right, done with that unit. Keep going up. Well, go this way now. Sentry. Keep looking over here. Keep exploring. Hey, food already. Let's go ahead and build a militia unit in there as well. Again, no real good defense out of the militia, but you do want them to scout so they know what's coming around. In case somebody lands enemies around you. I should have been scouting with that unit. All right, put these units in the fort. Go ahead and sentry them. They can't do anything now. It'd be good to get them off planet. Now, what do I want to do with this unit. More food to be had over here, but I can probably also be mining over there. I move over there and follow the tracker. If the tracker reveals something interesting, I know that I can probably do some good mining up there. But let's see. Well, no, I need a chemical. I need to start building. Because of that blockade, I'm probably behind on building all the cool stuff I need. So let's start protecting our labs and building stuff all around the lab. And let's specifically start with chemicals. Build city, build chemicals, getting energy and traits. Get those I like how you can pretty much build chemicals at the start of the game. You got to research electronics or amsteel, but man, we're all about our chemicals. And they're alchemists running around. What can we say? Go ahead and actually, we got a lot of troops up here. Let's put somebody from the fort. Let's put one of this unit on into chemicals, shall we? I am now into chemicals, says the militia unit. Ah, Randy's voting west. Zeno says, what would be the best books to... Whoa! What would be the best books to get to build a lore-accurate mod for the Emperor Wars time period? I got Legion of the Empires and a bunch of others. Not read through everything yet. It's a lot. It is a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying. Legion of the Empire, I really enjoyed writing that book. Really worked out my thoughts on the way the different houses would conduct warfare. Noble Armada miniatures game, if you can get that one, has a lot of good information you would like. Obviously, the Nobles and Priests book. Well, the new edition, of course, is when it's finally on sale, and I admit it's not on sale yet, will be the Faction book. Can you see that? Ooh, pretty. Factions book. We do have the character book. GM, where'd that GM's book go? There's the GM's book. GM's book. And everybody needs the Reeves book. I've always loved our lawyers, guns, and money. All right, if you want to grab some of the old second edition books, let's see here. Lords and Priests. We did them initially separately, Lords of the Known Worlds, Priests of the Celestial Sun, then we combined them into one book. So Lords and Priests will give you a lot of good information on the sects if you haven't already gotten that one. The Merchants of the Jump Web, not as important for EFS stuff, but if you want to really understand Leagueheim and what the guild has, grab that. Folks, some of the modders have really talked about wanting to do campaigns that took into account all the different sects, the 5 major sects and the 5 major guilds. So you could have a Reeve fleet, a Charioteers fleet, a Muster fleet, and that book would help you understand what to give each of them. Let's see. The Vow and Symbiote books, War in the Heavens 1 and 2. They're great books, and they really give a great look into the setting. But they also talk about the units and powers and so forth. It could give you a lot more, make those units a lot more interesting for you. Let's see. If you really want to put some funky things in, the Insurgents book, Spies and Revolutionaries, as well as Heretics and Outsiders, both could let you create some more good freakish units for the game. Urbian's Bestiary, if you want to put some more weird creatures in here. We had the Zil War Beasts in here, but there are all sorts of freakish creatures you can put into here. We left out the aliens we put into the RPG, especially the Voroks, but Ukar units, Voroks units, Ubun, Theurgis, Ganak Monkey Warriors, all of those would be a lot of fun to put into things. Having a Ganak spaceship messing things up would be a lot of fun. Atiri flying combat. Let's see. We did very little with psychic and theurgic powers. Theurgy was kind of hidden into the relics. Psychics, and we had a theurgic unit. Psychics, we had the dervishes and the like, but you could do different things with them. For instance, one thing that'd be fun, we have Beastcraft as part of it, where you could control enemies. Send a legion of Beastcraft psychics into a shield and suddenly power down the shield. Would be a neat power to have, as I'm looking at my shield, which is keeping my units alive. Let's see. What would be some of the other really good books for that? If you really want to get into the houses, each house had its own setting book for the planets. That would give you a lot better feel for what's going on these worlds and why we put the different base cities where we did. So that could help you flesh that out more. Cover artists for the new books. Yeah, the cover art, the interiors, all really nice. Let's find some of the interiors. There we go. More interiors. Can you see these? Let's see. Yeah, some really pretty stuff. Columns. That's something we didn't really do enough of. Oh, that's right. The Forbidden War technology book would be a fun one. Put in some of that tech. Hull rats. Your ship has hull rats. That would have been a fun thing to slap on a player. You've got hull rats. Be like the plague in space. Yeah, I like some of the people. One thing we theorized is that in the far future, humans have had to mix. They're basically, everybody's dealing with everybody else. So skin tones on the whole are not... It's rare to find extremes of light or dark skin tones. Everyone has moved more toward the middle. I like how they kind of captured that in a lot of the different artwork you'll see in the game. There are still some distinct ethnic groups, but most folks seem to follow more of a mixed look, which I like a lot. Or they just look weird because they're aliens. Oh, sorry, you asked me a question as to who the cover artist is. I'm not even sure it was the same cover artist for each book. Let's see, cover artist Nathaniel Park. That's the Game Master's book. Maybe it was Nathaniel Park. I actually do not know Nathaniel Park. I knew Brom and LeBlanc, of course, Bridges, all our other cover artists. But the ones that Ulysses put together for these books, I do not know them. Yep, Nathaniel Park, all of them. Yeah, really nice stuff. Yep, my daughter saw these. She wanted to be every one of these characters. She wants to be this lady. She wanted to be the bird, the Atiri. She is absolutely positive that she is this lady, but she would also like to be the psychic there, so. Yep. Yep, all Nathaniel Park. Nice stuff. You'll have to look up Nathaniel Park for me. See what else they've done. More great interiors. Yeah, some of it's really caught the feel of the game. They like our weirdness, what can I say? And duels! Now that's something I would have liked to put in here. To actually have the nobles able to duel each other, like you have these two giant stacks of units coming together. Each has a noble leading it, and you have the option to just have the nobles fight it out. But, yeah, that was an early idea that we scrapped. We never had a serious intention of implementing it, but I personally think that would be fun, because that's the kind of fighting you could do on Byzantium Secundus. Dump a noble there, challenge other nobles there to duels. Zeno asked, are there any other planets we choose to put in EFS? What would those be and why? The alien worlds. Ungavorox, Oban, Ukar. But it also get a little unbalanced at the start, because suddenly you have the Lihalan with the whole planet on Gavorox, all Malik with Ukar. So we left those out on purpose, and also because we knew there was no way we could get the aliens done right to incorporate into the game. But man, having that whole new alien planet with alien units, wow, what fun that would be. That'd just be a blast. But of course, the aliens don't have vote scepters, and that is the goal of this game. But if you do something where you have to get alien support too, that could be a blast. Yeah, those would be the main ones I would incorporate. We also talked about the fun of having just Voldrak. Initially, we talked about having barbarian incursions into human space. But again, we felt like we all balancing. Suddenly the Hawkwoods were battling a whole bunch of powerful ships they weren't ready for, could really destroy them, as you're seeing with my blockade. So we left that out. But if you added the Voldrak, and there was a reason for the fleet to be defending it, that would be important. I think I used more money than I thought. I'm down to 1532 Firebird. I'm going to have to check my money. Keep an eye on that for next turn. Zeno, what planets, you know some of the game, what would you incorporate? We have the several books of Lost Worlds now, because we have the Star Crusades that show you Voldrak and Kurgan space, and of course the Lost Worlds book. Okay, got another... Ooh, I haven't looked over in this area yet. That looks like a great place for a farm. That looks like a great place for a farm. Yeah, I need to get some farms up there. All right. Go, Tracker, go! I need to get a bunch of extra food or something I can sell to Lee. I'm running low on money. I don't have all the money on me. All right. We did another chemicals. I think I will build another food up here. Go take a look. Yes, you're sitting there hidden in the shield until we know what to do with you. Exploring. Running into safety in the palace. You can't shoot me. Nah, 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 nah. Stupid rebels. And more exploring. More exploring. More exploring. More exploring. Yep. I got it. Ooh, no. Alright, you found the Fertile Crescent. Probably not much more over there. Maybe a ruin. Huh? It's always funny when you build a city and then you realize 2 spaces away from a ruin. Not a bad thing. It's just, uh-oh, when I activate that ruin, I might lose a city. Lots of good stuff being built over in this mine. Gems, traces, metals, oh my. Oh, I skipped through that entire area. I need to go find out if there's metal in them there hills. Yeah. If there's anything low. Did I do my diplomacy? Nope. Okay, Hiram, come on. Give me a ministry if you were elected in the Imperial fleet. And I'll give you... Have any technology you want? Yes, I do. But I don't know if I want to give you those things. Let's start with the Hawkwoods. See if they have technology. If I have technology, they won't. Technology can be a major trait. The exact same stuff, huh? All right, but I think I'm close to the Kato, so I'd rather give him cool stuff. So let's see. Give you Prana Brindu. Give you votes at the next election. Okay. And I'll give you a ministry if I'm elected. I will make you the Imperial Eye. You give me the fleet commander. The fleet commander. All right. And now let's see if we can cut something similar with Takata's minus the votes at the next election, because we only promise that to one group at a time. Give me a ministry, Imperial fleet, and I'll... Yeah. Hey, wait, why is it saying give me my vote? That should be grayed out. Why would you do that? Ha! Oh, but he'll be upset when I don't. All right, let's get rid of that one. Give him a planet map. Elon. Give him a map from Byzantium Secundus. And give you... Alright, I'll give you technology. If you'll make me fleet commander. Alright, I got 2 deals out there. Alright, let's look at chat again. Zeno asks, says, the Creative Emperor Wars, which I've played and discussed a lot with, actually had plans to make the Barbarian Worlds an expansion. His mod, I was planning on doing the same. That'd be awesome. How easy do you find it to add new planets to the map? That's one of those areas I didn't think we made particularly easy. So I'd love to hear how you thought you could do it. Specifically, Ivor, Ungavorak, Rinpoche, Hargard, Twilight, Kayam, Gizon, and some more I forgot. As those I would add. That's a good list. I mean, it's really fun if we could add the barbarians as factions in this game. And I'll admit, we've always had dreams of future versions of this where, yeah, you would have bigger groups fighting it out. The Voldrak coming in with their power, their rune ships, maybe better space combat, the Kurgan Caliphate. Well, one thing we joked about a long time ago, and I still kind of like, is that, I don't know if I'm giving out too much information now. Well, let's talk hypotheticals. The known worlds is kind of the balance between theurgy, psychic powers, technology, etc. So you could have one faction in an even larger version of Emperor of the World, Emperor of Fading Sun, where you have one group that is really focused on technology, one group that's really focused on psychic power, one group that's really focused on theurgy, one group that's more balanced, and let them all go to war. And see who wins that crazy mess. The basically Emperor Wars 2 much bigger factions going in. Where, I mean, you control the entire known world as Emperor. Anyway, maybe I'm giving away too much information right now. Something like that would be very interesting. And, of course, way too ambitious. In case I haven't talked about things being way too ambitious before. Alright, let's go back to, where's my planet? There we go, my blockaded little planet. And, get another, I probably need another lab. I gotta start building spaceships quickly. Alright, let's go ahead and build another engineer here. We gotta have our lab area. I think I mentioned this before. We used to joke about how your most important part of your planet would become New Jersey, all laboratories and chemical plants. Alright, let's build another engineer. Yeah, I think we need another lab going. Are you guys even making technology? I haven't had an option to do anything with technology this game. Yep, building composite armor. Wow, do I have enough money for another lab? I gotta check my money. Remember that I'm at 1,532 Firebirds right now. Right. Okay, Zeno says you can't add more planets without removing some. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't think we gave you the ability to use it. The main reason we could let you change that wasn't even the fact that we've got a preset map. It was from the randomizing. We just mess up our randomizing algorithms just too much. But of course, you couldn't really add them to the existing map for the historical map. I love having historical futures. Alright. End turn. Let's see what happened with the region elections. Major turn coming up. Oh my gosh, we're at 9 o'clock already? Time really flies. I did not think that. Time really flies playing this game. One of those things, I got a million different things happening. I want to see how they all culminate, and they'll just culminate in me wanting to do more things. Composite armor! Research. We've got to get it. Energy physics being researched. Yep, there's our spaceship. Research that energy physics. Got a Militia Legion, nothing more there. Fort Tracker Legion, I'll keep building trackers until I can take them to Aelon or other planets. Alright, won't build anything now, but we'll probably come back later and decide on an engineer where you want to do it. Symbiotes on Absolution! No, poor Absolution! Oh gosh, that's close. We're here and they're there. Uh-oh, and I'm going to take the Imperial fleet away from defending it. That's not a good idea. Oh, Ducados rejected my turns. Hothwood! Yeah, I will have the fleet. I cast all my votes for Alexius. In front of Brindo, I'll give you microbiology. Nope. Reject. Alright. Whoa, what's here? Oh, the rebels are coming! No! Oh, hey! League and the rebels are there. But that means they've got a weak force back at Istakar if they sent their big unit there. We got to get under the other guy's shields quick. We're going to use the enemy shields to our own advantage. I love it. Oh, this game can get wacky sometimes. I'm going to be defending myself under rebel shield to protect myself from rebel attack. Or they're the same rebel. Get how we handle that. I think they are. Alright, I think I've got to take all of you back to Istakar this turn. Actually, maybe go to Demolay and join up with that frigate. Let's come back to you. We'll keep looking around Biz 2, shall we? Appreciating everyone joining in the conversation on modding. Let me ask you all a question. What are your favorite parts of modding in general? What do you enjoy the most about modding? All right, come on, artillery. We got to get you under that shield really quickly. We got to get everybody under the shield really quickly. What? Oh. Clicking on the wrong unit. That happens sometimes. Man, I might have to attack with this group next turn just because otherwise that cruiser is going to start waxing me. Oh, crazy rebels. You crazy rebels. Can I move all of these into... That's true. I could move everybody under this back here. Or if next turn, maybe I can go ahead and risk it all with an assault and grab that factory. Yeah, let's try that. These units still won't be able to join me next turn. Erg. But we'll have this full force. Alright. Next turn, we're attacking the factory all out. Has to attack the factory all out next turn. Let's get set up for that. Alright. Take a look down here. So I've already started moving south. I'm going to move south and then over to the west and see what I find. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and no ruins. Lovely. All right, go fortify that farm, shall you? That unit sentry, get that unit sentryed. This one moving back to the mine. Yep, wrong button. Sometimes we do that. All right. Yeah, I got units everywhere. Let's go back over here. Just go and fortify. Mechanicals being made. All right, tracker, next tracker. Where do I want you going? Let's get you up to the north, shall we? Ooh, goes faster there. All right, let's try that. Deep. Should I go and build? Whoa, I am down in money. I need to increase my tax rate. Oh, that'll make everyone happy. That also means I probably don't want a lab, because labs cost money. Labs cost money. We're going down about 3. It looks like we're making a profit, but I guess the labs are costing me more than I thought, so... Whoa, hey, way too high. I don't want that much money. That's good. That's going to definitely create some disloyalty, but... I don't expect to get any rebels working for me anytime soon anyway. Just got to kill them. Alright. You've raised your tax. Y'all lose 30 loyalty. That's a lot more than I planned on. Get to there. Maybe? Alright, let's try that. 9 loyalty. Much better. Alright. But I don't think I've got enough for a lab, so let's go ahead and build another chemical factory. Yeah, I think I'll build another chemical factory. Up on these beautiful mountains, so all the toxic sludge wades down into the peaks below, poisoning peasants. Zeno talking about modding. Favorite modding, having such an insane amount of freedom and ease to modify a complete game system, where everything from units, technology, economy is limited merely by my own creativity and fantasy, except for the game executable, right? Thank you, yeah. And, I mean, that is a big part of the fun as a game designer, too, is we create these templates. I mean, I put so much into Painting Suns, every other RPG I work on, but I know it's just the tip of the iceberg. Every GM, every player is going to create all kinds of crazy stuff on top of it that I would never have conceived of. And that's the best part, is seeing that come into existence. So it's great as a game designer to create games that you can mod like this. I know that Sid Meier's has the same feeling about all the Civilization mods. He loves seeing what people make of his game. Same thing here. It's just amazing to see what other folks come up with. All right. Speaking of which, let's start doing some polluting. Another chemical factory. City. Chemicals. Right. He's got one in the factory. Okay. Oh wait, I wanted a farm along here too. Shoot. What do I get from a farm if I build a farm here? Oh yeah, lots of food. Let's go back. Let's see, where do I? Mine over there. I don't have farms here. I should have been building a farm right there. Right by the palace. If I built one here at the palace, let me go that far. So I could have built one right up here. Yeah. Alright, let's move that tractor and then I'll decide what. If any arable land appears. No, maybe down there. But I do want a farm right up here. So we'll do up here and build that farm. Good city farm, 64 food. Yeah, I mean, you need the farm for the engineers, but I think I need food to sell to the guild so I have some money in the bank. I'm about to have a whole bunch more units when I get that Imperial fleet. The good and the bad. Alright, all these scouts have been doing their job. Maybe there is, maybe there... a ruin up there. It's got to be ruins. I think I'm walking all around the ruin. There's got to be some metal up there. Oh boy, now to decide what to do with the fleet. I want to keep them here because otherwise it's going to start bombarding and killing those troops, and I need more ground troops. But I also don't want to lose all my transport. If I move over here, I could kill that frigate. All right, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to lose some ground troops. I'm taking all these troops back to Istakar. We're going to see a grand transport battle up here in space. What are we facing up here? Needed to have gone one turn longer, so I could have got my other frigate along. What do we have? Let's see what the world's got. Okay, only one frigate and 2 landings. We can beat that with our 1 frigate and lots of transport. We might lose our freighter or some such. I'm afraid we'll lose our freighter. Randy, thanks for joining you. Randy Price says I have to log off, but thanks for listening. We're glad about Ice and Dice. Hope to see many of you in January. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you, Randy. And we're going to end pretty soon, too. I've already gone well past 10 minutes past what I planned to do. But it's getting exciting. Crazy battles going on. If I'd just been more aggressive earlier, that would have been a much better situation. Okay, let's see about building another engineer on Istakar. Or should I save my food to sell it? No, let's go ahead and build another engineer in Istakar. Oh yeah, I wanted to build somebody there. Let's build an engineer in the palace. Alright. Byzantium Secundus. I should have the Imperial fleet. We did the vote. Okay, I guess that'll happen next turn. Alright, let's get to next turn so I can at least see how all that shakes out. Then I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Alright. Ending turn. All this stuff coming around. Tsar of Household League's turn. Research of parapsychology has been researched. We've got to get that energy physics going so I can start building some spaceships. 2 labs working on it. Fort build a tracker. Let's build another tracker. Well-finished engineer. I'm gonna build a... Might just go ahead and do another engineer here. 5,208 food. We got the fleet. Oh, we're starting to build singularities too, and electronics. We need more chemicals pretty quickly. All right, let's build another engineer up here because I've got to want to have one doing food over there and mining up around here. Pneumonic armor is odious to humanity. MBS captured another city on absolution. He's shelling me. Oh, crikey. Wiping my units out. Alright. House Hawkwood Regent. House Hawkwood Stigmata Garrison. I'm Minister of the Imperial Eye. And I'm Fleet Commander. No! Bug! I should only be the Fleet Commander, but it gave me the eye too. Next turn's going to be really weird. I'm going to have too many units. Composite armor. Let's get some money. Composite armor, you might call it. Sure. Cracker Legion, reject. Alright. Oh my goodness. Now I got the unit. We are going to go kill us some rebels. Rebel. Oh my goodness. But we're both the Imperial Eye and Imperial Fleet. That's going to make our turns go crazy. Alright. I wanted to see what happened with the region elections. Now I know. Alright, Zeno, thank you for answering my questions. I've not been too pestering. No, you have not. Love it. Your positivity, energy, and your streams of the blast. I hope you continue what you do. Looking forward to more. Absolutely. I've set up some more dates. Now I gotta remember what those dates are. Maybe I put them in my calendar. Hold on while I look at my phone. If anyone up there remembers what I've said about future dates, that'd be great. I don't know what I've said about future dates. Let's see. Alright, today's the 19th. Not the 26th. Not the 3rd. Hey, July 10th! Maybe I'll get something in before July 10th and then July 31st. So that's right, I'm having to do them essentially every 3 weeks. So take a look. July 10th, July 31st, maybe I'll sneak some in before then. I hope you can join me again. Great fun, everyone. Always a great conversation. Let's save this off again. Be sure I'm saving it as A. Okay. This is going to be an interesting, even more interesting game. The Garrison, the Stigmata Garrison, the Imperial Eye and the Imperial Fleet. That's going to be wacky. Alright. Thanks to all of you for joining. This game just gets weirder and weirder. This is taking twists and turns I really would not have expected. That's one thing I love with this game. I really have played this game hundreds of times, and this game is very different tonight, or over the series of streams, than any other time I've played EFF. Alright. With that, let's go ahead and call it an evening. I appreciate you all being here, and see you soon.